A gun violence crisis here in Philadelphia. The tally of gunshot victims is rising quickly.
Investigators seized more than 50 guns and a large amount of fentanyl and cocaine,
turning people into what some are calling living zombies. In Philadelphia, zombie-like addicts, their slumped bodies covered with sores, literally causing their limbs to rot. It is all caused by an animal tranquilizer.
You cannot send somebody to rehab and then send them back to here.
Philadelphia, or Philly as some may know it, is known for many things. And if you've been to Philadelphia, you've either had a cheesesteak or you've bumped into an Eagles fan or two. With it being the 8th oldest city in the country, they've claimed to do a lot of things first. With things being listed as the first hospital, zoo, newspaper, and even a fire department. How Philly even came about was the King of England owed so much money to a guy that instead of paying him in pounds or whatever the currency was, he just gave him the land of Philadelphia all entirely. Philadelphia is a great city, I give them that. They're very innovative, they've created a lot of things first, their sports teams are amazing, the Eagles just won the Super Bowl, but through all that good, Philadelphia has a huge problem on their hands. Its name is Kensington. So after a quick view of the area, you may ask yourself, is this even in America? Like, what is going on here? At every corner, there's somebody shooting up or just hanging around looking like a zombie. Now, the first thing you question is, how could this even happen? Has the city been doing anything to help? And what's the long-term plan for the issue? So first things first, I wanted to figure out how could this even happen and what influenced it. The earliest reports say that all this kind of started to happen during the 1990s range, right before the opioid pandemic, when they were still prescribing oxycodone, Roxy, Percocets at a large mass. And at this time, there were no barriers. Everyone was getting it for anything that they had going on with pain. Then once the government got involved and started to give lawsuits out on all the opioid companies and crack down hard on this whole epidemic that was forming, they started to notice that a lot of people were dependent on this thing. During this time, Philadelphia was going through a lot of economic changes, and the median income for the Kensington area was about $35,000. And that's total house income we're talking about. So that's everybody in the household's money put together. So when you mix in low income with the skyrocketing price of this drug that's becoming harder and harder to find, you create this weird market where the demand is still super high, and these people are gonna start becoming willing to die for it, right? With such high demand with little to no supply, causing anyone with the supply or able to get the medication to have to cut or stretch it with different things like fentanyl, transitioning into things that are way more powerful like horse tranquilizer.
It's called xylazine. The street name for this is Tranq. It can be deadly, and Narcan is not effective against it.
Wow, people out here are like real life zombies, like some real life Walking Dead stuff. So what started off as fentanyl later transitioned due to dependency and building intolerance to horse tranquilizer, which is more potent. It also makes it a lot easier to take whatever drug of choice and cut it. And also, if it is that potent, people eventually will just want the horse tranquilizer. I mean, it makes sense. You don't have to go to the border to get it like fentanyl. You can literally get horse tranquilizer, cut it with anything, because these people are coming off of an opioid crisis, which is like heroin. They're used to sticking things in their arm. So they eventually will just want the horse tranquilizer. After doing the research and actually visiting Kensington, it's very disturbing to think about. This all led me to how is the city even helping or trying to stop the issue overall. Most of the efforts that Philly and the city are trying to make are to the distributions of the drugs, not as much to the rehab or to the consumers of the drugs. They've made great attempts at stopping organizations, transportation of the drugs, and purchase and sell of the drugs. Just this past summer, Philadelphia stopped one of the biggest organizations, seizing 57 firearms, cocaine, and heroin. For the most part, the city has been trying to stop and control the open air market, is what they call it. But like any other city in America, you can pretty much get any drug you would like. It brought me to wonder, what are the actual people getting out of it that consume the drug? Is there any help from the government? Is there anything that they can do? Any resources?
We're leaning towards, as a city now, long-term recovery.
Okay.
We want to have these people so that they can go in, have the best chance at coming out of everything. And the way we do that is through long-term treatment with all services wrapped into one. You cannot send somebody to rehab and then send them back to here 30 days from now and say, you're recovered. It's it. Now, come on.
It's all good.
After fully looking over everything that I could find and actually visiting, it was hard to tell what the actual answer to this could be. Some may say, hey, we need to stop the people actually distributing the stuff. Some may say, hey, we need better help for the people that actually take it. Overall, the issue is going to come down to the next mayor and how the money for the city gets distributed, because they do need help for the people there to get long-term recovery. And then also, it's going to come down to the actual community. Is everyone going to be fighting for drugs or profit off of these drugs? Or are they going to come together to try to clean up the area?